colleague and I went into the Thiruvanmiyur on another day, and we met with a group of women. This time our objective was to ask them about their village and about how it has changed over the past 10 years. All of them came up with very interesting observations. The first one said that one thing that hasn't changed is that we are as united as we are and as we were, and we have remained to be as strong and connected over the past 10 years and the 10 years before that. So we said, okay, that's well and good, but what about, before and after? Do you want to talk about that? So one woman spoke about how earlier it was easier for them to get fish, and money was something that they managed to have access to much more easier than they did now. It seemed like now they are a lot more in loans and in debts than they were in the past. Another thing that they said was something that has changed over the past 10 years was that fishing was seen as a lucrative job. You could make your living with the fishing that they were doing. But now they're not really encouraging their kids to take up fishing as a career. They'd rather have them do engineering or teaching or some other kind of a job that was connected to the education that they're getting now. Another thing that they spoke about was connected to this, and how people were not as educated as they are now. Almost every family sends their child to school and college, unlike earlier where it didn't really matter. So it was interesting to see how they were able to engage in a conversation on how things had changed in the past and how it is now. But what was the best and most exciting part of the discussion was how they were able to talk about their strengths and their weaknesses in the most comfortable manner. And they told us a lot about how they had taken a lot of loans in order to keep their children going to schools that were good. And interestingly, women in these fishing villages are the ones who manage the money. So we asked them about, okay, you've all taken loans and everything, how do you manage to pay back? What if there's a situation where you don't have money? And they said, well, we're united in that too. And this is something that we come together and pay back for. So say if a friend of ours has to pay back a loan tomorrow and she doesn't have money, all of us come together, pay a little, and then together pay back the loan, and she will eventually give us the money. And we know and we trust that she will. So the fact that our unity is our greatest strength is something that we know and use to the maximum, even when it comes to finance or keeping our children in schools and getting educated. So these are discussions that they were able to do without worrying. Like, there was not a tear in their eye, there was not a break in their voice. They were just able to talk with the most open smile, and both my colleague and I were very taken by how they were able to talk about all their problems in the most easy manner. So we asked them, how is it that you're able to, be so calm in the face of adversity, in the face of difficulty? How are you all doing this? And immediately, like it was the most normal thing to say, one of the ladies came up and she said that it's the sea. The sea is the source of our strength. We pray to her, and we know that whatever we give to her, whatever she takes from us, she will always give back in return and in more. And that's why we're completely fine with our kids venturing out into the sea, playing and doing all of that, because we know that she will give it back to us.